Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is the third news from today's newspaper front page dawn. Pakistan Democratic Movement drive against government termed jihad by Gohar Ali Gohar. Malakand Pakistan Democratic Movement PDM Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman has declared the opposition's struggle against the government a jihad, claiming that the nation is ready to offer any sacrifice for this cause. He pledged that the jihad would continue till rulers stopped oppressing the poor. Speaking at a public meeting at Batkhela in Malakand district, Maulana Fazl said that opposition parties were struggling against those who had snatched the mandate of people. He said this sea of people would remove the incompetent and selected government from power. Maulana Fazl alleged that the government was conspiring against the constitution and provinces. He said at present there was no democracy in the country and martial law is in place, which is worse than General Sia's and General Musharraf's eras. He said the people had no choice but to gather under the umbrella of Pakistan Democratic Movement to kick out this incompetent government and restore supporters of the Pakistan Democratic Movement welcome the leaders before the rally on Monday dawn. A real democracy in the country. Maulana Fazl bitterly criticized the ongoing accountability process in the country and termed it partial and challenged National Accountability Bureau officials to come and arrest him if they had the courage. He said National Accountability Bureau was only filing cases against the leaders of opposition parties and had closed eyes on corruption of the leaders of the in, incumbent government. On this occasion, he announced that the Pakistan Democratic Movement (PDM) would stage a protest in front of the Election Commission in Islamabad on January 19 and also had a protest million march in Karachi on January 21 against a conspiracy to recognize Israel. He said the foreign funding case against the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf was pending before the Election Commission, adding that the case was deliberately being delayed because the money sent to the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf came from India and Israel. The Maulana reiterated the plan to march on Islamabad soon, adding that the entire nation was ready now to oust the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government. He said the army should go back into barracks from tribal areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And Balochistan if no acts of terrorism took place in the country. If Gilgit-Baltistan could be made a province, then why former Fatah areas could not be given the status of a province, he asked. Pakistan People's Party (PPP) chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari also addressed the public meeting. He said this rally was a referendum against the selected government, adding that the people of Malakand had given their verdict to oust the incompetent rulers from power. Referring to the 7-year rule of the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, he said the people had become fed up with the rulers due to their continued suffering at the hands of these incompetent and fake rulers for a long time. He said the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf had failed to fulfill promises it had made with people during the election campaign. He asserted that the Pakistan People's Party had delivered whatever it had promised during the election campaign. The Pakistan People's Party leader said that former Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto had fulfilled his promise by abolishing the Frontier Crimes Regulations (FCR). Mr. Bhutto Sardari accused the government of trying to snatch the share of NFC award from the provinces and deny constitutional rights to the people of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. He vowed to get rid of this puppet government and restore true democracy in the country with the support of the masses. He said the people of Malakand were brave as they neither bowed down before terrorists nor dictators. Lashing out at the Prime Minister, Mr. Bhutto Zardari said that when the army public school in Peshawar had been attacked, this coward Imran was dancing at the tea chowk in Islamabad, and now when the families of Shia Hazara victims of the much tragedy were staging the sit-in, the Prime Minister had called them blackmailers. He alleged that the Prime Minister had proved that people's lives did not matter in Naya Pakistan, adding that this was the change which the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf leader had promised. He said the economy of the country had been ruined by policies of the selected government, adding that even economies of poor countries like Afghanistan and Bangladesh are going up at a rapid pace than Pakistan. Mr. Bhutto Sardari said that Imran Khan had promised to give 10 million jobs to the unemployed youth and build 5 million houses for the homeless, but after coming into power, the incompetent government had started destroying houses in the name of encroachments. The Pakistan People's Party (PPP) in process one-sided had selected one and said corruption could only be eliminated from society when the process of accountability was fair, even-handed, and was the same for everyone, including politicians, judges, and army generals. The rally was also addressed by Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz Provincial Chief Amir Muqam, PKMAP Chief Mahmood Khan Achakzai, Amir Haider Khan Hoti, Maulana Awais Nurani, Agha Hassan, and others. And in the end, the formal request, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get the fresh from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.